What's going on, everyone? Kevin here for channel Mana Leak, doing a pre-release of Cons of Tarkir. I'm pretty excited for the set. I did a pre-release, did pretty well, went 3-1. Interestingly, Owen Turtenwald and Huey Jensen were both at my pre-release. I did not play either one of them. But anyways, I went 3-1, and I think it's going to be a fun set. Here, some pretty sweet cards, most of them in red, actually. I think the Horde Ambusher is pretty sweet and a pretty aggressive deck. The Heart Piercer is really good. And other than those two, I mean, we got the Jeskai Ascendancy, which I think I'm going to take. It may not end up being the card you want to first pick, being 3 colors and all. Plus, it's probably the worst one, because non-creature spells, I don't know, they don't seem the best. Actually, I think I'm going to take the Heart Piercer. Yeah, I think the Heart Piercer is pretty good. The ability to ping someone when you attack is pretty good. It's a nice aggressive card. Here, I think the Mistfire Weaver is good. The Sultai Charm, all the charms are really good. Master of the Way, I'm not super familiar with. Oh, it's not actually a creature. I mean, that's pretty good. It's expensive, but it does probably, well, by the time you play it on turn 5, it's probably going to deal 4 or 5. I mean, that's not bad. I think I'm just going to take the War Shrieker. It's good even in a non-Mardu deck, because you can play it and then just cast something else. The Ponyback Brigade is here, which is obviously also Mardu, but since we took just a red card, I think taking another red card is pretty good here. And Sultai Charm is pretty sweet, and Master of the Way is pretty good. This could be completely incorrect, but it's what we're going to do anyways. Alright, here got pretty specific cards like Trumpet Blast, which is not what we're going to jump into. Pretty sweet cards in the Hooting Mandrills, the Abomination of Gudul, which is pretty good Sultai card. But I think I'm going to just take the Bellowing Saddle Brute and stay pretty aggressive. I mean, we'll be all 4 drops, but there's also this guy, which is get a 2/2 and a 4/4. That's pretty good value. I guess it just depends whether you think you'd rather go Teamer or some sort of like Mardu style deck. The Mandrills are good, so is the Saddle Brute, but I think I'm going to take the Saddle Brute. That's pretty good value. The Scavenger is good too, I think. Okay, some pretty good cards here. I like Killshot quite a bit. I'm probably going to take Bring Low. Pretty red already. Goes with our all 4 drop deck. Smite the Monstrous and Killshot are both, I think, pretty strong cards. And I guess if you think you're going to go Mardu, maybe taking a Killshot is the correct choice. Or maybe even Smite the Monstrous. I'm not sure which one of those is better. But being that right now we're pretty open, I'm going to take the Bring Low. I don't know if that's correct. Going along with the not knowing if something is correct. That's just going to keep doing that. Let's see. Put an XX black and green warrior spirit creature token on the battlefield. Yeah, no, not going to do that. So, the Efreet Weapon Master. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's worth trying to jump into additional colors, although we just have 1 red right now, so I mean 1 non-red card. Jungle Hollow's okay. I think I'm going to take Longshot Squad. I think that's a pretty good card. I like having a way to deal with flyers, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, the Jeskai Wind Scout is pretty good. I think the Riverwill Aerialists are pretty good too, although 6 mana is a lot. I like Fixing, but we're not really in those colors. And I don't really think the Blazebringer is really what I want to do. I actually think it's more of a defensive card, because you can trade up with something pretty good and then your guy dies. So here I actually think I am going to take a blue card over an Act of Treason. I don't know if we're going to be that aggressive since our deck's full of 4-drops. Um, it's a tough call between these. I guess I'll just take the 3-drop since we're really expensive right now. Here we've got a big flying guy. We've got Awaken the Bear, which is probably pretty good. I actually think Bitter Revelation's pretty good. Our deck is super heavy casting cost right now, so maybe that's something in the set that I gotta watch out for. We're not red yet for this fixing, which is okay. Singing Bell Strike is alright, I think, and Glacial Stalker, but I like my red cards, and I think Better Revelation's a nice place to be. Okay, here I do like the Mandrills. I could also pick up the Frontier Bivouac, which is going to add probably at least 2 colors, red and either green or blue. I don't know if we'll be in all those colors, but that's good fixing. I could also take the Mandrills, which I think are pretty strong, but I'm going to take the fixing. I'm not sure what colors we are just yet. I don't think red, black, green is really... I don't think that's a color. I don't think Jund is a shard, or whatever you want to call it, in this one. Pretty good counter spell. People tend to call this counter target thing you care about, which is probably true, actually. And... man, I'm gonna take the Loxodon. We're all over the place here. All over the place, but in Jund, which isn't a thing. We had 3 good red cards, but we haven't seen any since then. So I'd say right now we're pretty open. Shambling Attendance is a possibility. I guess I'll just take the Scaldkin here. That's a really... that Hooting Mandrills is pretty late, so we'll just pick that up. I don't think the Bloodfire Mentor is, like, amazing. 1/1 Regenerate, not amazing. Neither is a 4/3, but I guess we'll take that. We'll take the banner and hope not to have to play it. And I would say that... someone can have a Lens of Clarity. I would say right now this draft is all over the place and not in an actual whatever you call them, shards, which is not the right word. I know it's not the right word. You don't have to tell me that, but so yeah. Those are both pretty sweet cards, actually. Black, green, and white we're pretty far away from, though. I think this card is awesome, though. This card is so good if you don't die right away. The old don't die right away awesome card. And this card's pretty awesome, too. I had this in the pre-release, and that really works good in Abzan deck, but we are not that. We are also not a Jeskai deck. That's pretty good, though. So, actually, I don't know what we are right now, other than a bad deck. Yeah. I mean, we're not really blue. We're like Jund right now. And we could play... we actually have pretty good black and green cards. We didn't see a ton of red. I might be talking myself into taking like a Dune Blast. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking a Dune Blast. I'm the guy who totally screws up your draft because I just switched and decided to pick this up. I may or may not play it, but okay. We're almost blue, green, red for a Snowhorn Rider style, but not really. I'm going to move these blue ones because I don't really want to play blue. Maybe we're going to jump into black, green, white. We were trying to be super aggressive, but all my 4-drops are not aggressive, and then I didn't end up picking up anything too sweet. So here in our draft of already all over the place, throttle. When in doubt, take removal. Okay. So, I mean, we're probably going to be black-green, and then just... I think in this format, mostly, even though you're playing 3 colors, you want to be like 2 main colors, and then just kind of like splashing the third. I think that that's mostly what you want to do. I could be wrong about that again, but because we're trying to be black-green, splash white, we're almost actually looking like a Sultai deck that's just splashing white for some Abzan type cards, and because of that, it's between the Sultai Scavenger and the Hooting Mandrills, and I think I'm going to take the Scavenger. We saw the Mandrills going really late, and having some flying guys is always nice. So I also could take more fixing and play black, green, splash red, splash white, or actually just make a Jund deck and say screw it, I'm just playing a Jund deck. And that's probably not what you should be doing in this format, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. There's also Barrage of Boulders, but my deck went from trying to be aggressive to not doing that at all. And because of that, I think I'm just going to take the Bloodfell Caves and maybe be black-green, splash red, maybe just not even play this, and make a Jund deck. Thanks for watching this draft of Khans. I hope it's been exciting. We are going to draft Jund, which is not a group of cards that really work in this set. But again, there's some good blue cards. Like I think Crippling Chill is pretty good. But again, a War Shrieker and a Heart Piercer. Those are both pretty strong. I think I'm going to take the Heart Piercer though. Dealing 2 damage and coming down as a 2/3, it's not as good as coming down as a 3/3, but I think the Heart Piercer is pretty strong. So, yeah. And green we may actually just pitch green too, so if you're looking for this draft to teach you something about this format, all I'm teaching you is how not to know what to play. You can take a Valley Dasher. It works good with trying to be aggressive, I suppose. Yeah, we could take a Disowned Ancestor here too. Yeah, we'll take the Disowned Ancestor. Yeah. This draft is everywhere, all over the place, everywhere, all over the place. I could take another Hooting Mandrills, a Ponyback Brigade, which I almost will never be able to do anything with, or just take this Krumar Bondkin, and I think I'm just going to take the Krumar Bondkin. That's a card I will almost certainly actually play, which at this point is pretty important. A card that I'll actually play. Do I want an Archer's Parapet? How does Archer's Parapet not have reach, by the way? How does something with arrows and archers not have reach? I don't understand that one. This deck is a big ol' stinking pile of mess. I'm just gonna take... Yeah, I'm gonna take the Parapet, actually. Jeez, that's a bad pick. I'm not even that green. I don't even know if I'm playing green. Yeah, I'll take another one of those guys. Sure, why not? Could take a Seek the Horizon. No, just the tracker. Just the tracker. We're gonna make a deck out of this. It's probably not gonna be a good deck. I think Swift Kick probably sucks, but we'll take it. These cards all are not very good. Crippling Chill is actually pretty good, I think. I guess no one wants to play blue. But, Yeah, so this deck is a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and move the banners over by the lands, even though they're clearly not lands, so that what we want to do is open something worth money, since this this draft is probably not going too good. Come on, Sarkhan. Sarkhan one time. This Archer's Parapet, I don't know why I took this card. Like, no matter what, I'm probably red-black splashing a green, so why take a 2-mana green card? Like, that was a terrible pick. So, even in my Jund deck, that's a pretty bad pick. So some more fixing for Jund colors is probably good. Other than that, we're going to be red-black, so kind of aggressive red-black cards, I guess. Avalanche Tusker. That's a pretty sweet card, but we're pretty far away from casting that one, I think. It's almost like the sweet cards are in color shards that go together, not Jund. Alright, enough complaining. That's my own fault. That's the way I drafted. Not really anything here for the colors that we're playing. I could take an Avalanche Tusker, but that seems pretty not good. This guy is so super sweet in a deck that's playing, White Outlast cards. In case you had not been paying attention, that is not this deck. This card is not good. None of these green cards are all that amazing. And yeah, I could take a Tracker, which I don't even think is a good card, by the way, but it is a 3-drop. Or if I do splash white, I'm just going to take Killshot. You know what? We're just going to try to play a ton of fixing. And I don't know why I put Killshot over there. Maybe we will play that. In this pack, I actually do like this Murak Nightblade. The other thing could do is just take fixing if I'm going to play red, green, black, white, everything but blue. I could take that. But the Nightblade's actually pretty good. Chief of the Scale is good, but not. This isn't really that deck because we're barely playing white. We're mostly black-red. So I much prefer taking the Nightblade here. Remove expose. Alright, I guess that's good if you're playing very Abzani style. We are not doing that. That's interesting. I might need this fixing. There's another Abomination. That card's so sweet. There's also Rite of the Serpent. So really, I'm torn between Rite of the Serpent and the Sandstep Citadel, which gives me both of my splash colors that I may not even play. Am I going to play all these? Maybe I'll just move. What's my deck look like if I cut green? Bad. Yeah, okay, so I'm probably not going to do that. Anyways, I guess I'll just take this fixing. I think this Rite of the Serpent's awesome, but my deck is going to be so janky, I'm going to need more fixing. I'll take another one of these guys. Pine Walker. Fixing that does not help. Don't really want to play more banners. Or any, for that matter. I think Pine Walker's actually pretty good. At least I can play it as a 3-mana. Anything you can play as a morph is going to be helpful in a deck full of crappy stuff. The Unyielding Frumar is not bad, but I think I'm just going to take another Bringlow. We're super heavy at the 4-drop, but we got some removal. Hey, there's an Abzan guide. Alright, what the hell? Get in there, buddy. Is that or Blossoming Sands? But at least I can play these for morph costs. At this point, I'm just playing... What am I playing? In white, I'm just playing Dune Blast and Killshot. Well... I'm playing Jund Splash White. Sure. What the heck? This is... Oh, another one. Yeah, why not? Alright, great. Okay. 2/2 for 2. That's something I'll probably almost never actually be able to cast. But is that a reward of the challenge, probably? Or just a random morph? Now what the heck? Let's say Roar the Challenge. Let's maybe play that card. Maybe. Probably not maybe. Alright, I will take Fixing over Roar of the Bear, or whatever it's called. Awaken the Bear. We're going to see how disjointed in color your deck can be. We're pretty much red, black, splash, green, and white is really what it is. These are both morphs, so they can be played and just played as morphs. 2 cards that actually require a white mana symbol, and 7 that require green, but again we have 1 morph, 2... that's not a morph. Wow. I would totally pull this out of the pack if I didn't want this fixing, which I do. So as green goes, this can morph for 1 green. All the morphs can be 1 green, so I just need 1 green mana source for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, and actually only for 5 of them, or 4 of them, because these can just be played as 3 mana 2/2s, which obviously is not amazing. I might even cut out something like a Krumar Bondkin, or something of that nature. The red cards we have are good, we just didn't get that many of them. Also interesting to note is that if we're short on white, the War Shrieker, when it comes into play, can give us white to cast something else. May not play this Long Shot Squad. I actually like this card quite a bit, but it is more of an Abzan style card than... you can use it on him. I mean, he gets it as well. But not playing Sultai. We play this guy as a 2/2. Nah, let's take Smotar. I probably play... this is an interest... I don't want to keep... Alright, fine. We'll take a Naturalize for the sideboard. I actually think Molting Snakeskin's probably a pretty good card in a pretty aggressive deck, which was the plan when I took Mardu Heartpiercer and Mardu Warshrieker, was to be an aggressive Mardu deck. Just did not really work out that way. We're definitely not playing the blue banner, because that's the one color we are not playing. I mean, I could put the Parapet back, although I'm probably not playing that card. And... let's see, we're at 30 cards right now. So... I guess I will work on putting this together. Probably move... I probably don't want to play that banner either. I'll be back to talk about it in a minute. Okay, so after all of that, I've decided not to play any of the white cards. I think Dune Blast is pretty sweet, but I actually am trying to be pretty aggressive. The Abzan Guides and the Killshot are all good. In fact, those are probably some of the best cards in this deck, especially if I was being a little more controlling. But my mana base is so screwed up that I decided to go this way instead. Have 5, 6, 7 black sources, 8 red sources, and 7 green sources. I put all these in the I put my 6s and delves in the 5. These are all my morphs, so I put in the 3 spot, and then I'm really heavy in the 4 drop. I have some removal. I think Swift Kick kind of sucks, but we're going to give it a try. So we'll go to round 1 and see. This draft was a pretty big mess, probably because it's my first one, and it's a pretty interesting set, but probably made some pretty bad decisions in there. We'll go to round 1, see how it goes.